What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review why am I doing my hand like that? I don't know. But I'm here to review season 2, episodes 3 and 4 of Power Book Force, aka Tommy, because that's what I call it. Before I get into that review, I got to give a shout out to my lovely subscribers. So shout outs to you, Quiet Guy, Savannah Rivers, Amore Dupree, Tayon's World, Kryptonian Black, Beautifully T, The R.C. Kroger, Lamont Simpson, Penny Atif, Karima Khadijah, and all the rest of you. Stephanie S, or Stephanie C. I haven't forgotten you. Thank you. And all the rest of you who hold me down. Simply Be Yourself 100, Randall Brown. Thank you all for holding me down in the comment section. I do appreciate it. And for you all newcomers, look, I'm all for you. What was that? For all of you newcomers, welcome. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave comments. Let's interact and let's keep this channel going and growing. Now, with that being said, let's get down to this review. Let's start with episode 3, War and Ice Cream. Listen, Tommy's not playing with Jannard. Jannard, things are not looking so well for him because we're seeing now here that Tommy goes to him and tells him, listen, you got to kill whoever tried to kill me because we know Little K tried to kill Tommy. Tommy says, you got to kill him. If you don't handle it, I'm going to handle it, and then I'm going to handle you. So now this puts him in a bad spot. First of all, things are not looking so well for Jannard. He's got so much going on. He's got to deal with Miguel. He's got the Serbs, and he's got his crew not respecting him. And he taking a lot of that nose candy, getting high off his own supply. Just a mess, so they're losing respect for him. Even his girlfriend, Shanti, I think that's his girlfriend, she tells him, listen, you can't kill Little K, man, because that's going to cause more problems within the group. But his hands are kind of tied. But Little K did something really stupid. He was told not to act on trying to kill Tommy, but he did it anyway. And he has bad aim, terrible aim, and unfortunately he killed a little girl. And this has caused the city of Chicago to be in an uproar. And now the detectives had this press conference, and now they're doing this thing where they're creating a task force to take down CBI and Tommy. So that's that craziness right there. Now let's move on down. Let's move on down to Vic, who is pissed off with Walter and Walter's partner because Vic wants to take Walter down. He's still upset over the death of Gloria, and rightfully so. His father is ruthless. The family is ruthless. One thing about the Power series, they sure know how to create evil-ass families, because these families are just, all of them, in all of the series so far, these families are cold-hearted people. So anyway, the plan is, with this new partner, Walter has to sell this bad batch of pills. And of course, what they say, put the bad batch in the black neighborhood. And the dude made a racial remark about, ain't nobody gonna care if a bunch of monkeys get killed. And that didn't sit well with Vic. Vic ain't like that. So Vic made sure to sabotage this by calling the police on the courier who had the drugs, getting him arrested and making it look like it was just a routine bust. And then when they were having this conversation with the partner, and Walter and the partner were going back and forth, Vic shot himself. He's being disrespectful. But see, this is all a part of Vic's plan, because this whole takedown of Walter. So that was interesting. And like this parent dynamic they have, this family dynamic is crazy. Speaking of family dynamics, let's move on down to Tommy, JT, and their mother, Kate. Kate, y'all know Kate is outrageous and crazy. Kate is trying to make amends for things that did not go well. And she wanted to apologize to Tommy, and she attempted that. And I thought it was kind of funny how she did that, because she's like apologizing, but the apology was like, there was no meat or potatoes in it. It was just like, yeah, I just want to make amends and say I'm sorry. He's like, that's it? You were a terrible mother. And remember when I asked you to get me some ice cream and you couldn't do that and you were getting hot? He just went through some examples. And one thing we know, when you're a kid, kids never, I can't remember what happened last week, but I can remember something that happened to me when I was a kid. That is something about stuff in your childhood that just sticks with you. it stuck with him, and he just let her know, listen, you were not, you did this XYZ, and I thought that was interesting. And we also saw her do that same thing, trying to apologize to JT, and it not go so well. And then we saw her in the AA meeting, talking about all that, and that was interesting. And it was good to see Kate. I like Kate, despite her being a hot mess. I like Kate for some reason. I like Kate. Now let's move down to Diamond and Tommy going to Miguel and witnessing Miguel take care of two of his own men who he thinks stole his supply, even though it was Diamond and Tommy. And that whole scene, I don't know what you call that stuff that they put the guy's hand and makes your hand freeze, and then he took the thing and froze his hand and then broke his hand. His hand just like, that was crazy. I don't know what that chemical is called. It was like, it looked like dry ice or whatever, but some kind of chemical, and it freezes up your hand, and then he hit it and then the hand broke off. Tortured. And Tommy and Diamond are like, yo, why you bring us here for this? If this is your inside man that you think did whatever he did to you, why are you involving us in this? And Miguel let him know. He said, I'm just trying to show y'all what happens when people cross me. So now Diamond is like, yo, does he really know that do you think he we had something to do? Does he know that we had something He's like, nah, if he did, he would have killed us. Tommy's like, no, if he did, he would have killed us. And that's that. Meanwhile, they got Diamond and Tommy, business is booming. They're now moving weight in the prison with the help of Diamond's new boo, the prison warden or prison guard, whatever she is, Kendra. And so she's helping move things in there. So that's interesting that they got that going on. And I'm like, very interesting. So things are looking up for Tommy and Diamond. Meanwhile, Claudia, not so much. She comes home to her safe raided and all the things that she needed, all her important things gone. Dahlia has failed. And she immediately, I said, Dad, who robbed her? But immediately it was her father, Walter, who took her stuff. And, listen, I run things around here. And she's like, look, I'm not a kid anymore. You don't get to do things like that. You don't get to do things like that to me. And that was crazy. That was really crazy. That was really crazy. And she's pissed off. But you know what else was crazy? Another highlight in this episode, Tommy and Claudia's scene. Because Tommy went to Tommy went to Walter and asked him, because he still wants to know who killed Liliana, and he wants to avenge her death. And he was threatening Vic, and he could tell by what Vic said. He's like, you know what? You protecting your daughter. It was your daughter, wasn't it? So Tommy went to Claudia and asked her. In that scene, she's surrounded with her men. I said, Tommy is crazy. She's surrounded with her men. Tommy still pulled that gun out on her and was like, I know you did it. She said she did. He said, I know you did it. And once I get concrete proof, I'm coming back for you, ho. Well, he didn't say ho, but I just added that. He said, I'm coming back for you. And I was like, wow, that is crazy. He said, I'm coming back for you. I said, wow, that was a great scene. Then we seen Tommy take out one of her men. And I was like, yo, this show, all the twists and the turns is just going crazy. What else happened in this episode? One of the highlights. Well, there was a little tension in the prison because one of Diamond's enemies, what was his name? Rojas. He wasn't liking the fact that they had this thing that's going in on his territory, but then Kendra was able to persuade him, either you're going to do what we say or we're going to have you get in some trouble. So he folded on that. Now let's move on down to Little K. Little K and Detective DeFranco. DeFranco is trying to help Little K. Now, like I said, Little K is the one who killed that little girl trying to kill Tommy. Now, I don't know. He should have, but this street code, you can't snitch and you got to do what you got to do. You got to stay with it. He should have went with DeFranco because but he didn't. And what happened, he's out at his grandmother's house and Jannard goes over there and Jannard is about to take him out, but some chocolate chip cookies from grandma has saved the day. It saved the day. And she told, y'all boys want some cookies? And she told Jannard, she said, you killed my grandson. you're gonna have to kill me too because I recognize you. You know, I could point you out in the lineup. Basically, is what she said. So that kind of saved Lil K a little bit. I'm like, Lil K, you dumb. And I agree with the detective. Dude, you need to get the hell up out of here. You need to try to help us. But of course, that's street code. He's not going to do that. He's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. And what ends up happening, we see that he gets taken care of. But before that happens, before that happened, poor Jannard. Jannard just can't catch him. He just can't. Things are just going. I was really disliking him, but now I'm starting to feel bad for him. Like, it's just getting pitiful. He gets stopped by the Serbs. They take his car, his Lamborghini, come on. Told him, took the car, took his Lamborghini. Now this causes him to call Little K to come pick him up. Now when Little K picks him up, they're having a conversation. He's all whatever. Little K's running his mouth a little too much. And Jannard snaps. They tussle in the car. And he strangles and kills Jannard. Jannard strangles and kills Little K, dumps Little K's body, and I'm like, okay, there's that problem with that. There's some issues with that. But Jannard is getting high like crazy. It's just terrible. It's just terrible. So that's that. Now here we are in episode 4, The Devil's in the Details. Jannard is high as a kite, bugging out of his mind. It picks up right where we left off. You know, he killed Little K. Now he at home high, and he is hallucinating in his house, and he's thinking he's seeing Little K, and he has regrets because he had to kill him, but now he has these regrets because like, I have to face everybody and deal with these consequences. And it's just, everything just seems to be going downhill. Like I said, he lost his Lamborghini in the last episode where they took it from. Now he has to face the crew. But before he faced the crew, he talks to Shanti and he confesses to her. And she's like, what's wrong with you? What's up with you? What's these scars? What's going on? And, you know, he kind of does the same. She's like, he tells her, I killed Little K. And she's like, she scolds him. And she's like, what? That was just a bad idea. What are you doing? But then eventually she said, you know what? I got you. I understand. I'm with you. She kisses him. Then he gets a message. Dude, it's the Serbs. The Serbs saying they want your money. Time's up. The money is due. And then poor Jannard gets a call from Miguel. Miguel saying, I need to see you. So Miguel, he just got it bad. So Miguel's like, where's my money? Oh, I need more time. I need one more day. Nah, bro, where's my money? So Miguel and his crew rough him up, and luckily he was saved by Maria coming up in there to give Miguel his insulin. So that pretty much saved him. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is completely crazy. Just completely crazy. So now we see Jannard, with his crew. They're asking questions. He acting funny, all shaky. He's getting high in front of his crew. They're losing respect for him. Like, dude, you getting high off your own support. Oh yeah. This constant highness, which was really bad, totally bad, just completely bad. And so, as that's happening, in walks Gray Skull. I think his name was Gray Skull, and some other dudes. And they're like, yo, you seen Little K? And he's like, nah, I ain't seen him. He probably with his girl. And he's like, well, that's funny. Last time I talked to him, I was with him when he came to go pick you up. He's like, nah, he never came and picked me up. So then Gray Skull is like, listen, you know, something, we got to find him something. And as they're speaking, another crew member picks up his phone and is like, yo, Lil K is dead. His cousin just posted it on social media, whatever, Facebook or whatever it was. So now Gray Skull's like, no, somebody got to pay for this. And he's like, nah, this ain't the time. It's hot right now. We can't do this. Jannard is like, no, we can't do this. It's not the time. We shouldn't be doing this. Then he says to them, okay, it was me. I killed him. And that didn't go so well either. So he ends up, and that was a great scene, by the way. He ends up getting into a fight with them. Big tussles going down. One of them shoots up in the air like, yo, we family, we brothers, we can't do this. This ain't right. We can't do this. Grayskull is like, nah, F you. We're done. We're done here. I'm done with you. I don't want no parts of this. We done. So I'm like, Jannard, this is just, things are just going down the damn hill for you. It's just going down the hill for you. It's just, I don't know. Meanwhile, things are also, speaking of downhill, things are going downhill for Walter so bad that Paulie wants to speak on his behalf. Paulie wants to speak because Walter's in trouble with Dublin. Paulie wants to speak to Doyle. Walter tells him, no, we're not doing that. That's not how I want this done. But then Paulie does it anyway. And Walter finds out and he goes over to Paulie's house, totally suns him in front of his wife, tell him you ain't nothing, this and that. But Paulie is so loyal to him. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? So Walter's like, you know what? You're out. You're fired. I would kill you, but your family, you're fired. And I was like, that was kind of messed up. That was crazy. But that's these family dynamics here. I was like, that was just completely crazy. Meanwhile, while that's going on, Tommy decides he's got this little date with Maria, which I'm like, this is not gonna work out. He's giving her driving lessons, or so he thought in his stick shift, and they don't know while they're doing all this driving and playing around that they're being spied on. The feds are watching them and taking pictures, and the feds are trying to figure out who's this girl with him. We got to get a good picture of her. They're racing through the town. She takes the truck and she speeds past and gets past a train. They beat the train across the tracks. That was crazy. Tommy's in love. He's feeling this and loving this. Meanwhile, while they're out on their date, they end up at a zoo. And Tommy's noticing somebody's like eyeing him. So Tommy's like, listen, sweetheart, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. So he goes to the bathroom. The young man follows him in the bathroom. The young man is from Rojas. Tommy and him get into a tussle in the bathroom. And, of course, Tommy beat him down and killed him. But the way he did it, like that, the way he took that knife, stabbing and pull, I said it was brutal. It was a brutal death. And then he has to go back out here with this girl, Maria, on this date and tell her, oh, let's postpone this a little bit. I got to handle some things. So then Tommy lets Diamond know, listen, this was one of Rojas's men. Diamond tells him, listen, I got this handled. What we going to do, bro? This is what we going to do. I'm going to talk to homeboy in this prison, and we going to square that away. There should be no issues. Meanwhile, speaking of issues, Diamond is having an issue himself because Seamus, the dirty cop who's in the payroll of the Flynns, he needs more money. And I think first he wanted the $50,000, but he's doing a full shakedown. Now he wants $20,000 more. I said, yeah, he about to be out of here. So now the crazy thing is Tommy was suspicious already. And then if he sees him with him when he was in the barbershop, then he saw him again. But now Tommy's thinking, are you selling me out to this cop? So he confronted, what's going on? He tells Diamond, what's going on? You selling me out to this cop? I seen you with him twice. And then Diamond tells him, no, listen, he's been shaking me down. And Tommy says, no more. We ain't going to have that no more. Let's set up a meeting and we'll work that out. So meanwhile, Tommy goes on another date with Maria. This time he got Maria to come to the house. And I'm like, this is bad because, what's her name is crazy. Miguel is crazy. He don't play about his sister. He gets Maria to come to the house. And they're getting a little flirty and things are going good and going well. And then he gets the text from Diamond saying, listen, Seamus, I set up the meeting. So he's like, so Tommy's like, okay, I gotta go. Meanwhile, D-Mac, Tommy's nephew, early in this episode, we see he's finding out all this good action is going on. Business is great. He finds that out from his friend. What's his friend's name? Marshall. And he's like, yo, wait a minute. I need to be out here in these streets. And Marshall tell him it's a good thing you ain't out in these streets. You should be kind of glad that your uncle and your father are keeping you in the house. And then later we see that he's like, listen, Unc, put me on. I need to be on. I want to be out here. Tommy tells him, you don't need to be out here in these streets. And if I see you out there, I'll kill you myself. Tommy kind of roughs him up. That didn't go well with DP. And that was like, listen, don't do that to my son, this, that, and the third. But I agree with Tommy. This boy's smart. D-Mac is smart. He don't need to be out in these streets. and in this life or whatever and all this other foolishness. But when he was outside and he was talking with Marshall, these girls walked by. One of these girls is a little girl that he got a crush on, Genesis. And y'all know how puppy love is. He likes this girl. But Genesis, she don't mess with no dudes that ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? But she agrees to go out on a date with him. And she tells him, clean them dreads up, shape it up, taper it up, get it styled up, do what you got to do. And I did like that scene where we seen D-Mac and his dad getting to know each other and learning each other. And he was playing the piano and he was explaining to him why he said, I used to play this piano just hoping you would come back. And they kind of bond and explain what happened, why I left, this, that, and the third. And I thought that was good. He explained that whole thing. And so D-Mac is off to go to his date, right? So as that's happening, we got the Flynns over here plotting. We have Claudia. Claudia went to the Serbs, made up a lie saying that Diamond and his brother are still working together. And she kind of convinces the Serbs to work with her. She tells them, listen, my daddy's not involved in this. And her brothers come up with a scheme saying, listen, this is it. We got to kill Walter. That's what we got to do. We have to kill Walter. And that's what they want to do. I said, these people are cruel. You want to kill your own daddy. While that's all going down, we go on over to the barbershop in this meeting with Sheamus, who right about now is starting to really get on my nerves. Now I'm really getting sick of him. But see, he's needing all this extra money because remember, in last season, he was getting shaken down by a cop that knew that he was in the pocket of the Flynns. So now he's talking reckless, saying, give me this money, this and that. In walks Tom, and he's like, what is this? When they go down there, he meets Tommy, and Tommy's like, listen, we want to propose a deal for you. Come work for us so we can have the inside scoop, and we'll pay you whatever, more than whatever. Sheamus is not feeling that. Sheamus is like, nah, screw y'all, screw this. Y'all are trash. You think I'm going to work for you? And he draws his gun out on them. Like, I could blow y'all away and get away with this right now. As he's doing that, here comes D-Mac, thinking that Tommy and them are in danger, thinking that Uncle Tommy's in danger. D-Max comes down and he shoots Sheamus in the back of the head. Tommy's like, what have you done? You just shot and killed a cop. And that was crazy. So it's like, wow, this is crazy. So it's like he was trying his best to keep D-Mac out of this issue, but now that it got dirty because now you done killed a cop. Now it's gotten messy and it's craziness. When I tell you these episodes were so good, so very good, I just sat there like, dang, this season's on fire. It is on fire. So many twists and turns, so much betrayal. The Flynn's trying to kill their daddy. Just so much going on. Jannard and his crew infighting, all these different things. Walter doesn't let go of Paulie. I'm like, wow, so much going on. The feds trying to get closer to get an answer and move in. It's just moving on Tommy. It's just crazy. These were good episodes. Episodes 3 and 4 were both really good. Tell me your thoughts. If it's something I left out, let me know down in the comment section. If I got something wrong, let me know. Let me know your thoughts on these 2 episodes. Did you enjoy them? I know I certainly did. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.